Summer came with gentle rains and long evenings. Adora's music filled the apartment more often now, no longer just lullabies, but full songs, sometimes in Yoruba, sometimes in English, sometimes in a language only her emotions could speak. Her voice had become the heartbeat of the home, soft and grounding. Minjun had started calling the penthouse the moon house because, ever since she moved in, his nights had become peaceful. Adora teased him about it once. Then that must make me the moon, she said, laughing. He hadn't disagreed. One Saturday morning, while she was planting basil on the kitchen balcony, Minjun stepped out with 2 cups of coffee. "You're up early," she said. "I couldn't sleep again," she teased. "Do I need to sing for you tonight?" He smiled. "Not this time. I couldn't sleep because I was nervous." Adora looked up from the small pot of soil. "Why?" He handed her one of the mugs. "Because I have something to ask you." She tilted her head. "Ask." But instead of speaking, Minjun reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. Adora froze. Inside was a simple gold ring, no diamond, no glitter. Just a tiny moon-shaped engraving on the inner band. "I don't need a big wedding," he said, voice quiet. "I don't need a perfect plan. I just need you. I've had everything, but nothing felt like home until you came." Her eyes brimmed with tears. "I know life hasn't been easy for you," he continued, "and I know Korea isn't always kind to people like us, but if you let me, I'll spend the rest of my days making sure you feel seen, heard, safe and free." Adora put the mug down carefully. "Minjun, are you really asking me to marry you, Ian?" She looked at the ring again, then into his eyes. "Then yes," she whispered. "Yes, I will." They didn't have a massive ceremony, just a quiet rooftop gathering with a few friends, soft string lights, and a violinist playing over the rainbow in a slow, sweet version that made even the clouds pause. Adora wore a simple white dress that brushed the tops of her bare feet. Her hair was wrapped in ivory silk, and gold earrings shaped like crescent moons dangled gently when she turned up. Minjun wore a gray linen suit. No tie, no stiff shoes. Only a soft smile and eyes that had only one person in focus. When they said their vows, Adora didn't read from paper. She sang a soft melody, built from the lullabies she used to hum in the kitchen. This time she gave it words. "You found me in silence and gave me a name. In a world full of noise, you heard my flame. Now I rest in your arms, not just to sleep but to dream wide awake, and love you deep." There wasn't a dry eye on the rooftop. Minjun didn't speak after. He just took her hand and whispered, "That's all I ever needed." After the wedding, they escaped to Jeju Island for a short honeymoon. They stayed in a quiet villa near the beach, where the waves sounded like music and the sand welcomed their bare feet. They cooked together, walked in silence, laughed at nothing. Minjun, who used to fill every minute with meetings, forgot the word schedule. Adora, who once counted every penny, bought sea glass jewelry and handmade soaps without guilt. One night, as they lay on a blanket under the stars, Adora whispered, "What if this is a dream?" Minjun pulled her close. "Then I never want to wake up." When they returned to Seoul, the world waited. The media was hungry. The headlines ranged from shocked to supportive. But Minjun simply issued one statement. She was never just an employee. "She is my peace, my love, and now my wife." Our story may not fit a mold, but it fits our hearts perfectly. The response was overwhelmingly positive. And for those who still whispered in corners or doubted their story, Adora had only one answer. Her life. The music she released soon after, an EP titled Songs from the Moon House, broke records for an independent artist. Each song was a love letter to the journey, from sleeping under a desk, to cooking for a stranger, to falling in love quietly, and being chosen boldly. Minjun funded the album, but the voice, the message, the magic, all Adora. They made a habit of walking together each night, hand in hand, down the quiet side streets of Gangnam. No bodyguards, no flashy cars, Just the two of them, husband and wife. One night, as the first snow of winter began to fall, Adora looked up and smiled. "The moon's out tonight," she said. Minjun glanced up at it. "Do you still think it listens?" "I don't have to guess any more," she replied, resting her head on his shoulder. "The moon gave me you. She once slept under a desk. Now she sleeps beside the man who never lets her go, because sometimes love finds you in the most unexpected places and stays."